Hello, everyone. If this is your very first time here, my name is Regina, and today I'm going to get into a little bit of a makeup tutorial for you guys. This is actually the first tutorial that I have done here on my channel. And so I am 41 years old, and I just recently got into makeup heavily, and so I wanted to film a step-by-step tutorial for you guys, especially if you are a woman who is in her 40s. So this first product that I'm going in with is just the e.l.f. primer, e.l.f. Mattifying primer. I'll have everything listed in the description box, and I'll also obviously have it up on the screen so that you can see exactly what I'm using. But I love this primer because it really helps to keep my makeup on, and then it also helps with my oily skin. So I do go in with a second primer. This primer is by NYX, and it's a shine control primer too. Again, I'll pop it up on the screen so you guys can see exactly what the name of it is, but it has a different feel to it, and it also helps just to keep the oils at bay. I'm using two foundation shades by the same brand. I'm using Deep Bronze by Maybelline Fit Me, and also Java by Maybelline Fit Me, and I mix them together because I feel like it gives me a really close match to my skin tone. And I always try to match my chest if I'm just gonna wear like just foundation only, but if I'm doing a full face, you know, of makeup, then I'm always gonna go a little bit darker than my skin tone. This is actually really close to my skin tone, but a little bit darker, just because I'm gonna go in with a lighter concealer base to really brighten up the skin. This first concealer that I'm going in with, this is by e.l.f. in the shade medium tan, I believe, but this is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, 16-hour Camo Concealer Primer. Hands down, it is the best primer that I have. I'm calling it a primer. This is not a primer. This is a concealer. My bad. But this is the e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer, and hands down, it is probably the best concealer that I've ever tried. So I prep my eyelids before I do anything else. And I'm just going to go in now and set that concealer with a setting powder. This is a loose setting powder. It is the translucent powder made by Wet n Wild, the Photo Fix, I believe. And I'm just setting this concealer down so that it does not crease, so that when I'm ready to do my eyes, they will be set and ready to go. So I'm just putting this all over the eyelid just to get that concealer in place. And now I'm going in with my highlighting concealer. Again, this is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. This is actually the shade Deep Cinnamon. I have one that's lighter than this that I don't typically use often unless I'm really trying to get a really bright and highlighted under eye. But I love this one because it really, one, brightens up the eye, but it kind of matches, like it brings my my entire makeup look, like it matches my actual skin tone once I blend this all out. So my foundation is actually a little darker than my skin tone, but really it's really almost close to it, but just a little darker. And then I go in with this highlight concealer to really bring it all together. I learned this trick from a YouTuber that I follow. Her name is Juvia, and she wears her foundations darker than her skin tone because she knows that she's going to go in with a highlighter or concealer that's going to really bring it all together. So we're just blending that out in all of the places that you want to have that highlighted effect. Again, it's the places that normally the light would hit your face, and so that's where I've placed it. But I'm just going to blend this out. And as you can see, like you can tell, like if you look at my chest and then look at my face, like it's starting to blend, it's starting to match my actual skin tone. So I really, really love that. And by doing it this way, like I'm actually creating a contour. See, I'm doing a reverse contour right here. I'm creating a contour without actually having to use another product to do my contour. So that's another tip or hack for or with using a darker foundation and then going in with your highlighter, is that you can create a contour without actually having to contour or using a product to contour. So we're just gonna blend all of this out evenly, make sure we don't have any harsh lines. One thing that I have learned about makeup is that there is a lot of blending involved. And it has more to do with your blending technique than anything. If you can blend things out really well, then you can really have a flawless makeup base and just overall look. So we're just going to keep blending that out until there are no harsh lines. I really love this concealer by e.l.f. Really love this concealer by e.l.f. And it's not a hydrated concealer. It actually does mattify. And you do have to work fast with this concealer too, because once it dries down, it is hard to get it to do what you need it to do as far as blending is concerned. But there is a hydrating one that e.l.f. makes. But because I have oily skin, I tend to try to stay away from hydrating products because I don't want my face, I don't like the dewy look because I'm already oily. So now I'm going in with a finishing powder or setting powder, a pressed powder by Black Radiance, I believe. And I don't remember the shade, but I'll obviously have it on the screen so that you can see. But I'm basically just setting all of the places where I put that concealer down. Anything that you, anytime rather that you use a liquid, you must also use a powder to set it so that it does not move. So we're just getting that powder in all of those places where I place that concealer, and you can actually, you know, start to see the highlighted effect that the concealer gives once you set it with that powder. Makeup is a process, and when I first started doing it, I used to think I looked crazy, and I did look crazy, but you have to trust the process. With makeup, every product has its purpose. So now I'm going in with another pressed powder. This one is also by e.l.f. I don't know the shade, but it's a e.l.f. Camo pressed powder, and I'm using that to just go over all of the places where I did not use the concealer, but I'm actually setting my foundation. And so remember how I told you I didn't have to contour because my foundation was already dark. I didn't have to use a product to contour. I'm just setting those places, and now I have almost a natural contour just from my foundation. So now we're going in with a baking powder. I like to bake because one, it catches the fallout from my eyeshadow, but two, I love the highlighted effect that the extra highlighted effect that I get when I bake. This is a loose powder by, I don't know the name, but it's on the screen. And this is a banana powder. But I just love, like, when I sweep that powder away, I just love the brightness that my skin has. And this also, baking also helps with the oils as well. I'm an oily girl, so I try to use as much powders as I can to keep the oils at bay. Okay, so now we're going in with the eyeshadow. I am using the Juvia's Place Warrior 3 palette, and I'll put those on the screen. But first we're going in with a kind of a deep, it looks red in the pan, but on screen it looks like it's kind of a dark pink. But we're going in the crease with this color, and this is going to be our transition color. So we're just getting that color put down all of the crease. I'm using a brush from Amazon. It came in a brush set that I bought years ago. I'll try to find it and put it down below in the list. But this is just it's a flat, it's a kind of between a flat and a fluffy brush. But I love the shape of this brush because it allows me to get that rounded shape at the top for the crease color. I have hooded eyes, so it makes it really difficult to actually feel where my crease actually is. And so having a brush that is shaped in such a way that helps me get that shape, that crease shape, it's just really helpful. So just getting that color down in the crease. Okay, we've got it down on the other side, and now we're going in with a fluffy brush, also purchased from Amazon. I'll list it down below, but we're going in with a black color. I love darkened edges for my eyeshadow, so we're going in with the black color, and we're just deepening those edges to kind of give it a smoked out, sultry look. I feel like black adds a lot of definition to my eyes as well, a lot of dimension to my eyes. I have hooded eyes, and so my eyes are a little puffier on the top of my lids, but this really helps to define the shape, if you will. So we're going to smoke that out. We're going to bring that black in just a little bit, not all the way into the crease or the inside of the crease, but just kind of the edge, and then a little bit in the middle, just a little. All right, so now we're going in with the lid color, and I'm using a hot pink from that palette, that Juvia's Place 3 palette, or Warrior 3 palette. And I'm just putting this kind of almost all over my lid, but just right on the bottom portion of my lid and kind of halfway up. I kind of want my transition color to still show, because I want that pink to just fade right into that first color that I put down, that transition color, to kind of create this ombre effect. And then I'm going to go over into that black just a little bit as well. This is a really easy, simple, basic look. If you are a beginner with makeup, as I am, then this is an easy look to do. When I first started wearing shadows, I would only wear one color because, one, I wasn't used to wearing shadows at all, but I was also just afraid of what it would look like. And the more that I practiced and watched different YouTubers, just helped me really, you know, build my technique. Again, it's all about blending. If you learn how to blend well, you can do just about any makeup look. And that's basically it. And I'm just going in my inner corner because my eyes tend to water. So I'm going in my inner corner with that hot pink too, just to make sure I got it all, that the whole eyelid is covered. All right, so now we're dusting away the baking powder. One of my favorite steps, because I love to see just the highlighted, the depth and the dimension of the face, that you can see the lights and the darks. It's really pretty. So we're dusting that away. And like I said, the baking powder also helps catch any, like if I were to wear a shimmer, it would catch any shimmer that would fall on my face, because I don't do my eyes first ever. I'm just going back over with that that powder, foundation powder from e.l.f., just going back over my reverse contour. And now I'm spraying my face to set it. This is the e.l.f. Mattifying setting spray. If you haven't noticed, I use a lot of products by e.l.f. And we're just drying that down. And I'm going back over my eyelids again, because once I spray my face, if you notice that I kind of lost some of that color, but while the eyelids are still kind of damp, I go back in with my my lid color, and I just pack some more of that color on, and it actually helps to set it down even more once I go back in after I spray my face, because they're still kind of damp, but you can still see that first color that I put down as well. Now we're going to go in with our, again, e.l.f.'s pressed powder. Don't know the shade, but it'll be on the screen. Just an all over face powder to really bring everything together. And yes, I do my face powder after I set everything else, because the setting spray does melt the powders down, but I actually like the powder look. I like that look. And so that's why I go in with my all over face powder after I do the setting spray. So we're gonna do a little bit of a contour, I'm not a fan of the shape of my nose, but I think contouring still looks okay. As it does, again, just brings in more depth and dimension to my nose. Just a little bit, not too much. And my favorite part, one of my favorite parts, is blush. This is from the Juvia's Place Blush Duo. I think this is volume 5. This palette has 2 bright pink blushes. And so I'm using the one that's looks most like the eyeshadow that I have on. But this is the Blush Duo volume 5. And you can really go ham with blush. I actually love a lot of blush because I love that rosy cheek look. I love to mix blush also in with my my contour. And we're just gonna line our waterline. This is a liner. Oh my goodness, it's the H2O liner. I think it's by Wet n Wild as well. If you also notice, I don't use actually, I don't think I use any high-end makeup products. All of my products are drugstore because I believe that they do just as good of a job as the high-end products. It's all about how you blend and your technique. You don't have to spend a whole lot of money on makeup to get the same effect that you can get with something from drugstore. That's just me. That's my personal opinion. What you saw me just do there was accent my beauty moles. I took that same eyeliner and just went over my beauty moles on my face. And now I'm going in with a e.l.f. eyeliner pencil in black. And we're just gonna line that waterline. And this eyeliner does not smudge, and it's also waterproof. So we love that. All right, normally I would use a brow gel to lift my brows, but today I'm just going to brush them out. I don't draw my brows. I have very full brows. I actually like the way, I love the way my natural brows look. So I just brush them out. Some days they're a little more unruly and I do have to go in with a brow gel, but today I decided to skip it. Now we're using a lip liner by Juvia's Place. I will have the shade on the screen for you, but this is more of like a burgundy color because I'm going to go in with a pink lip. So I wanted to kind of stay in the same family, use the same colors on my lips that I used on my eyes. I have full lips, so I don't typically need to overline, but I do love the way an overlined lip looks, especially the top lip. So I kind of did that just a little bit. I don't need to, but I do like the way that looks. I'm going in with a lip gloss by Wet n Wild. This is a really pretty, soft, baby pink gloss, and it really blends in well with that lip liner, creating that ombre effect. And this lip liner lasts this lip gloss lasts a really long time. I didn't have to reapply pretty much all day when I wore this today. It was so pretty, creating the ombre effect. And now for the lashes. These are some lashes that I think I ordered off of Temu or TikTok. These might be some that I got off of TikTok, but they're faux mink lashes and they are so pretty, so pretty. The trick to lashes is once you get that glue on, you have to let it get tacky. So you guys didn't see this, but I actually put glue on these lashes before I started doing my eyeliner. And that was maybe about, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes prior to me putting them on. So that glue was extra tacky, which is why it's so easy for me to get them on. Once that glue is tacky, you can pop that eyelash on. It stays in place. It doesn't move around. Easy peasy. And that, I think that's it. Yeah, that's basically it. That's the face. So stay tuned. We'll come right back with a final look. And here we have it, friends. We've got my hair on. This is a wig by, oh goodness, I have so many. I don't know the names of them, but the name of the wig is Piper. I think it's by Outre. I can also list that in the description as well, but I've had this wig forever. It's one of my favorite timeless, classy wigs that I love to wear. I love the cut. I love the style. I love the curl. It's everything. But yeah, this is the final look. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.